everyone, it's Carrie. Thanks for joining me for another yoga video at home. So today I want to bring you guys just a short chair yoga practice. It will be an all-seated practice, and it's going to be a practice to help us feel more calm. So anytime throughout the day or evening, anytime that you feel like you maybe are feeling tense or stressed out, you just need a few minutes to reconnect with your breath and move your body in a gentle and mindful way. This can be a practice that you can come to for that. So you won't need any props necessarily per se today, other than just a nice sturdy chair, preferably one without arms. If you have a blanket that you'd like to place underneath your feet, you can do that. You may like to have a block to use later, but of course it's not necessary. You could also use a cushion, a pillow, or just a rolled blanket. All right, so let's start. Sitting up nice and tall in our seats. And to start, we're just going to release any tension that we're holding in our body. So we're going to start by just kind of shaking everything out. So maybe we start with our hands, just start to shake out the hands a little bit. Maybe take it into the arms, release any tension in the arms. Roll the shoulders. Maybe shake out the legs, shake out the feet a little bit. Just anywhere in your body where you're feeling your muscles are tense and you just need to release a little bit more. Shake it all out, good. And then once you feel ready to, sit up nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Long, slow exhale, breath back out. Another deep breath in through the nose. Long exhale, breath out. And then last time, deep breath in through the nose. And then maybe open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And then maybe open the eyes. And we'll start to add a little bit of movement with our breath. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead, maybe gather energy up at the top. And then exhale, press the palms flat down through center as you release. Good, and inhale, gather the air up. Exhale, press it down through center, ground the energy down. And remember, these movements can be as big or as small as you want them to. So if taking the arms all the way up overhead isn't feeling good, you can also just circle the arms here, lift, and release. Good, just follow your own breath. Bringing the arms up as you inhale, and then pressing the hands down through center as you exhale. Good, we'll go through a few more rounds at our own pace. See if you can keep sitting up nice and tall through the spine, extending through the crown of the head. Keep using your breath. And maybe you start to look up a little bit as you reach the arms up, and then maybe you draw the chin down as you send the energy down. Good, let's do one more big breath. And long, slow exhale. Let the hands come all the way down, and just maybe rest the chin towards the chest for a moment and breathe here. And just notice how you feel. Notice any sensations in your body. Good. Once again, we'll bring our attention back to our breath. As we inhale, we're going to open our arms up to the sides, gently draw the shoulder blades back and together, and then exhale, pull the hands in towards the center line. Good. So we think about our inhale breath. We open up the chest. Fill the lungs, and then exhale, everything returns back to center, palms touch. Good, breathe in, open. And then exhale to release. And then once again, we'll move through maybe about 5 more rounds of this. Move at your own pace, follow your breath. Our breath helps anchor us into the present moment. Helps us think about what's happening in our body right here and right now, rather than thinking about the things that we have to do later, or things that happened earlier today or earlier this week. And last, big breath in. And and long exhale. Bring the hands back into center. Once again, we'll pause for a moment. Feel free to close the eyes anytime you like. Take one more deep breath. And then if you want, you can keep the eyes closed or open them. From here, we're just going to take the hands and place them on the shoulders. So you might like to cross the hands, or it might feel good to just bring the hands up onto the shoulder, same hand, same shoulder. So if that feels good, you can do it that way. And we're just going to let gravity pull our arms down, pulling our shoulders down away from our ears, and just applying that light pressure there. And always feel free to play around with what feels good. See how it feels to cross the arms. And just take some deep breaths. Feel free to take any little movements in the neck here that feel good. And then we'll find center. Take one last deep breath. And as you exhale, release the hands, let the breath go, and soften down. Good. From here, we're going to lift our arms straight up overhead. So we're going to take a big breath in. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to lean forward. So we're going to keep our spine nice and long, no rounding. We're hinging at the hips, and we're pressing down into our blanket or the floor with our feet. And we're reaching through our fingertips. And again, remembering any arm variation works here. So if you'd rather do more of a cactus-shaped arm with the elbows bent, or you can do the hands in a heart center. I'm going to keep mine extended. You feel free to pick the one that feels best to you. We want our belly to be engaged. We're strengthening our abdominal muscles, which is so important to support the low back. We're breathing and we're holding. And we're actively pressing down into our feet. We'll take one more deep breath here, and then we're going to start to add movement. Good. So lift back up with your inhale breath. And now as you exhale and lean forward, we're going to draw our hands back behind us, reaching back to the fingertips, shoulders down, away from the ears. And then we're going to inhale and lift back up, still leaning forward. Exhale, see if you can draw those elbows in, find a cactus arm. And then inhale, lift all the way back up. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus those arms, draw the elbows down, and then lift back up. Inhale, lengthen the spine, engage the belly. Exhale, hinge forward, fingertips back. Good. Inhale, lift the arms back forward. Exhale, pull the elbows down. And then lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the arms forward. Bending at the elbows as you exhale. Keep those shoulder blades back towards center. Good. Lift up. We'll go through one more round. Reach. Exhale, nice and gentle. Good. Reach forward with your inhale. Cactus arm. Exhale. Arms lift up tall. And then bring the palms together, and we'll exhale, release hands, come to heart center. Once again, find that pause. Check in with your body. Notice your breath. Noticing any sensations. Noticing your energy, maybe any heat that you built up in your body. Let's take one more breath here. And let it go. And then leave the eyes open and release the hands. Good. From here, we're going to come into the seated version of our Warrior One pose. So we'll want to sit a little bit forward in our chair, and we're going to start to turn towards the right side. So we're going to start to turn. Our right foot will be coming out towards the right. Our left foot is going to start to come down, and this is where a block may be helpful. So if you have a blanket down like I do, you might like to rest the leg all the way down onto the blanket. If the leg isn't quite making it to the floor, that's where a block can be helpful, or just anything that you have, a pillow, a cushion, anything that you can rest that leg down onto. I'm not going to use a block today. I'm just going to set mine off to the side. Good. So our toes are pointing over towards the side. The back feet can be curled under, make it a little bit more stable. And you can be holding onto your chair with your right hand. Now with this left hand, you can keep the left hand on the hip, or maybe you might like to reach that left arm up and overhead, finding a warrior one here. And just keep holding and breathing, lifting up nice and tall through the spine. And then maybe you might like to take a little side stretch here. So maybe you take this left arm and you start to reach it up and overhead towards your chair. And then breathe into this left side. So really feel the muscles expanding and stretching as you breathe in, and softening as you exhale. Let's take one more breath here. Good. Inhale, start to come back up to center. So from here, we're going to keep our legs just as they are, but we're going to see if we can open our arms more into a warrior two position. So the arms are extending and reaching out to the sides. Our chest is maybe starting to turn a little bit more forward. And then if it feels good here, we're just going to start to turn our palms up and down. So starting to work into the shoulders a little bit. And you decide how big this rotation is. And a couple more. Maybe you're gazing forward, maybe you're gazing out over those right fingertips. Good, and then hold, maybe hold with the palms up. Good, then send the arms all the way up. And exhale. Draw the hands into the heart. Very nice. From here, we're going to transition. So holding onto our chair once again. We're going to start to turn ourselves back to center, and we're going to hold with a wide stance and maybe slightly angle our feet out. Knees are moving out in the same direction as the toes. So nice and tall. And then take a cactus arm, bending at the elbows. Breathe here. Good. Now with a big breath through center, we're going to lengthen our spine. And then exhale, start to twist the body over towards the left. And then inhale, come back through center. And then turning at the torso, taking our twist over to the right. Use your breath. Breathe into center. Inhale. Exhale, back over to the left. Move at your own pace, always. Just starting to kind of wring out those internal organs. We'll do one more time on each side. Good. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, release the hands back down. Good. Shake it out if you need to. We're going to get ready to switch over to the other side. So coming towards the edge of our chair, we're going to see if we can let this right leg come down. Our left leg will be pointing out towards the left side of the room. Again, curl the back toes under. Feel free to prop the leg here, holding onto the chair with your left hand. And then right hand can hang out at the hip, or you can reach that right arm up overhead, stretching up long through those fingertips. Maybe a little slight back bend here as we think about lifting our chest, opening up the front of our body. And just start to find a nice steady breath here. Of course, you always have the option to extend both arms here, so if you want to reach up with both arms, feel free to do that. And then if you want to take it into that side stretch, inhale, create more space in your body, lift, and then maybe exhale, take that arm overhead. Really breathing into our right side body now. Let's take one more big breath here. Good. We'll reach that arm back up. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to extend both arms and see if we can find that warrior two position with our arms. And then same as before, we want to start to find that little movement in the arms, just rotating the palms up and down. Again, keeping your gaze wherever it feels good. Good, and then we'll hold, lift the palms up. Take the arms up overhead, breathe in. And exhale. Release, bring the hands back down to the heart center. Good, we'll transition back through center. So again, carefully lifting that leg back up. We'll find that nice wide stance. Maybe bring the hands to the legs. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, just let that right shoulder gently drop down towards the center. A gentle twist here. Then inhale, lift up through center. Exhale, dip that left shoulder down. Stay nice and active in the arms here. Good, breathe in. Lift. And then squeeze a little bit as you twist. Back to that right shoulder. Breathe in. And then last time, left side. Left shoulder comes down towards center. And we'll breathe in and come back up. Release, good. So heel toe the feet back in, or maybe lift the legs back up and towards center. We're gonna flow through our Sun Salutation A variation. We're gonna go through about 5 times. So feel free to move at your own pace, really follow your breath here, move mindfully. It's almost like a moving meditation. You've heard me say this before as we start to find our flow. So I'll cue quite a bit the first couple rounds, and then after that, once you've got the hang of the movements a little bit more, I'll cue a little bit less so that we can really focus on our breath, focus on that feeling of calming as we go through our movements. All right, let's sit up nice and tall. Take a breath here. And then as you're ready, you'll inhale, send your arms up overhead. Exhale, find a gentle forward fold, hands to the knees. Feel free to widen the feet as needed. Chest comes down. Press through the hands. Inhale, lift, send the palms forward. Nice flat hands, so flex those fingers up. And then exhale, draw the elbows in towards the side body, pulling the arms back. And then send the hands back behind you. Big breath in to open up the heart center. Maybe gently gaze up. And then exhale, flex the hands. We're gonna lift the hands up, almost like we're trying to press up and lift through the ceiling. Good, breathe in and out. And then inhale, start to bring the hands back down. Exhale, we come back into our forward fold. Maybe the hands come down towards the ankles this time. We breathe in, we re-lengthen our spine, so draw the chest forward. Exhale, fold again. Press down with the feet, hinge up. Maybe send the arms all the way up. Exhale, release hands to heart center. Good, again, breathe in, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the knees. Inhale, lift, palms forward. Exhale, elbows draw in, arms back. Good, find our back bend, hands back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release palms to the sky. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, start to release. Exhale into your forward fold, nice and slow and controlled. Good. We create more space, more length with our inhale, and then we gently fold again as we exhale. Good. Press. So you can lift yourself all the way up. Inhale, breath, gather that energy up, and then exhale, draw that energy down to your heart center. Good. We're going to move through about 3 more times. Forward fold, exhale. Lift with the inhale, palms forward. Exhale, draw the arms in. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the sky. Take a breath. Inhale, start to release. Exhale into your forward fold. Little lift with the inhale. Refold with your exhale. Come all the way up with your inhale breath. Hands come to heart center, exhale. Good. Arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands in. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, hands up. Breathe here. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. This time through all the way on our own. Once you finish, hold with the hands at heart center. Take a couple deep breaths here. Again, tuning into your breath, into the sensations of your body. Just noticing, observing. One more breath. And then release. From here, we're going to stretch into the legs just a little bit. So we'll start with our right leg. And if you want, you can draw that right leg in towards the chest or maybe out towards the armpit. Again, you can hold under the leg, the front of the shin, wherever it feels comfortable. And if you want to stretch the ankle a little bit here, finding some circles in both directions. And do a little point and flex. And maybe get into the toes a little bit. Good, and squeeze that leg in, and then we're going to send that leg out nice and long onto the floor, and maybe find that little windshield wiper motion. Just flex that foot and send it right to left. And then sit up nice and tall, and just start to walk the hands down. You can stack both hands on the knee, or you can send one hand down onto the leg. Again, try to keep a nice flat back here, so try to avoid rounding. We're leading with our heart, so our heart's coming forward. The folding motion is happening at our hips, and we fold just as deeply as we need to, just to feel a little sensation in the back of that right leg. And we're going to hold and breathe there. See if you can keep an active flex on that front foot. Keep actively pressing down through the left foot. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Keep extending through the crown of the head. And then we'll start to walk our way back up nice and slow, lifting all the way back up, and we'll draw that leg in with us, and we'll go ahead and switch. So now drawing our left leg, again, in towards the chest, or maybe out more towards the armpit. Start to find that stretch into the ankle, moving both directions. Just finding what feels good in your own body, just exploring movements, stretching everything out. To the toes, and then send that leg out long, flex the foot, maybe find that little, again, side to side windshield wiper motion through the foot. And then point those toes straight up towards the sky. Keep a little softness in the knee, lengthen the spine, and then slowly hinge forward, pausing once you start to feel that nice sensation in the back of the leg, and we'll hold here. And then as you're ready, inhale, lengthen the spine, start to lift all the way back up. Draw that foot in carefully. Now we're going to open our arms up nice and wide. Let's start by crossing our right arm over our left. Get a nice deep cross here, and then wrap the arms around wherever they can. So maybe we're holding onto the forearms, or maybe it's the shoulders, or maybe we're wrapping all the way around towards the shoulder blades. Keep the spine nice and long. This is a nice time to close the eyes. Try to soften the shoulders away from the ears. And this is a great time to explore movement. So maybe just see how it feels to maybe twist the body right to left. You can do little Circles through the rib cage if that feels good. You can do the little side to side movements, or maybe it feels good to just hold and find stillness. Just wrapping yourself up, giving yourself a hug, feeling your own embrace. And then as you're ready, you'll switch sides. So inhale, breath opens the arms back up nice and wide, open up the chest. And then we'll bring our left arm on top, cross the arms, and then wrap the hands around wherever they may, soften the shoulders. And again, find stillness here, or maybe explore movements. Maybe this time, see how it feels to move into the neck a little bit. If you want to take ear to shoulder, or maybe make it a little half circle, letting the chin draw down towards center as you roll through. Or maybe take the gaze side to side. And just feeling free to explore and move in a way that feels good in your body. And we'll come back to center, hold for a breath. Really breathe into the rib cage here. Feel that softening, that letting go with the exhalation. And then we'll open our arms back up. And let the hands come down. Good. We're going to draw our right leg back in one more time. And then from here, we're going to see if we can guide that right ankle up just above the knee of that left foot. Now again, if this doesn't feel good, remember you can always put that foot down on the floor and just let that leg open out to the side here. You could also place your foot up on a block if you have a block or a cushion that you could place your foot up on. So if we're here, we're gonna bring our hands to our heart center and we're gonna hold, and we're just gonna notice this right hip. And if we're already feeling a sensation in that hip, we're gonna hold right here. If we wanna feel a little bit more sensation, then maybe we start to lean a little bit forward. And again, it's that same concept of keeping the spine nice and long and just hinging at the hips and leaning just a little bit, and probably right away, you'll feel how that increases that sensation in that right hip. So if you can keep an active flex in the foot. See if you can direct your breaths into that hip. Let's take one more deep breath here. And if you fold it on your inhale, you'll draw yourself back up. And with our exhale, we're going to slowly guide this leg back down. And then switching sides. Inhale, draw the left leg in. And again, either guide the ankle up onto the opposite leg or down onto the floor. Open that knee out to the side. Feel that opening, flex into the foot, and then maybe bring the hands to heart center, lift up through your spine, grow really tall here. And then close the eyes, notice the left hip. Both sides can be very different. One side can be much more open than the other. So maybe this is enough on this side and you hold right here. Or maybe once again, you need to fold forward just a little bit to feel a little bit more of a stretch or a little more sensation in that hip. Hold and breathe. See if you can send some loving breaths into that left hip now. Feel tension releasing and melting with each exhalation. Soften a little more, and then with our next in-breath, if we fold it, we'll come up. And we'll release with our exhale breath. And then again, just maybe shake out the legs a little bit. And shake out the arms, roll the shoulders. Take a breath in, draw the shoulders up. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Good. Breathe in, draw the shoulders up. And then let everything go. Last time. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Very nice. Good. Let's bring our hands to rest comfortably back on our laps, sitting nice and tall. So from here, we're just going to do a quick little meditation to finish out our practice. It's a really simple meditation. We're going to start by closing our eyes, starting to tune into our breath. And then we're just going to start to repeat a simple little mantra to match our breath. So we're going to be reciting the words, just this, in our mind. So each time that you inhale in your mind, you'll say the word just. And as you exhale in your mind, you'll say the word this. So it'll be an inhale, just. Exhale, this. And just keep reciting those two words to yourself as you breathe here. This is a way to anchor us into the present moment. To remind ourselves that right now there is nothing more than this, our breathing. Tuning into our breath, into our body. Letting all thoughts, worries, concerns start to fade away. As we focus on just this. Move through about 3 more rounds of breath. And then just allow your breath to flow freely. Maybe let a smile come into your mind or maybe on your face. Let's send our arms up overhead one more time if it feels good to do so. Draw the hands into heart center as you exhale. Let the chin follow the hands towards the heart. Take a moment, thank yourself for your practice, for giving yourself this time to focus on your breath, to move your body gently and mindfully. Think about the things that you're grateful for today. I'm grateful to all of you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. And just remember that little mantra meditation that we did at the end is a great little thing that you can do at any time of the day. It doesn't have to be long, even if it's just one breath or a couple breaths, just reciting that just this in your mind and really just help you to feel a sense of calm. Let some of the thoughts and that tend to scatter our mind just fade away for a moment and can help us feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more at peace, and just ready to take on the rest of our day ahead. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Namaste.